What's up, YouTube? This is Jonathan with Brothers in Cards, and I got a tip for you today. We're going to start doing some tip videos here and there just to kind of help everybody enjoy the hobby as much as possible. We've learned a lot of things over the last few years when we've started our business, and I feel like there's still some things that other people could really use help with. So today we're going to talk about valuing cards. We do a lot of card shows, we do a lot of fairs and things like that, and one of the biggest or the most common questions that we get is, what is this card worth? And we just kind of want to show you what we do when we hear that question and how we try to help people in that way. And it should help you as well if you're trying to trade or gauge values or whatever it is that you're trying to do. And I know that there's a lot of books out there that are supposed to tell you, like the Beckett's or some other price guide books out there that are supposed to help you gauge the value of your card. And I'm not discrediting any of those, but in my opinion, if a book says that a card is worth $100, but it consistently sells for $70, it is a $70 card, in my opinion. So the best way to see the most sales is going through eBay. So we're going to do that today. We're going to use this card as an example. This is a 2017 Flawless number /15 Kirk Cousins autograph. You guys know I'm a big Kirk Cousins fan. He's a good friend of mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head on over to eBay. Let me make myself smaller down here. Perfect. Okay, we're going to head over here to eBay, and I'm going to go ahead and type in. I suggest always typing in the year, as I'm going to show you here in a minute. And again, this is how we gauge value on a newer card. So we're going to talk about older cards here in a minute, but this is how we gauge value on a newer card. All right, so here you see what's available right now. These are on auctions. These are not final prices, okay? You see a buy it now or best offer here for $150. You see a buy it now or best offer right here for $45. And this is actually the exact card that I have here. Numbered out of 15, Flawless Kirk Cousins autograph, okay? Now, the condition of mine is really good. All right, my autograph is clean. The corners are clean. It's hard to gauge that on eBay. I know that it can tell you the condition in the comments, but I definitely urge you to very carefully look at the pictures. Make sure that you believe that the condition of that card is what you want it to be. All right, but even now at this point, I feel like we could maybe take a deeper look into some other options as far as gauging value. Okay, so right now, if you had this card and somebody said, "Hey, what does this go for on eBay?" you could say it is listed right now at $45, and that would be true. When you're looking at buying cards and you're trying to make your value based on that, we always go to sold items, which is over here on the left side. If you click on sold items, it's going to take you to this page. All right. So now this Kirk Cousins right here is actually numbered out of 12. All right. This is a killer price. I would have definitely jumped on this had I seen it. But I want to talk about auctions for a minute when it comes to valuing cards. It is true. Somebody could come to me and say, "Hey, this card that is better than yours sold for $13.40. That means your card is worth less than $13.40. And here's why I don't like using auction sold prices to gauge value. A couple things here. If you see here, it tells you the date and time. I believe this was a Monday at about 5:30. In my opinion, not a fantastic time to have an auction ending where you're going to have as many possible eyes on it as possible. So I have a problem with that. The other thing I have a problem is, and I'm not going to look too far into it, I don't know anything about the seller, but if the seller doesn't have 100% rating or they're not a top-rated seller, there's people that might not buy. There's people that might not bid on their auctions that would have otherwise. So that could play a factor too. Another way the auctions are kind of flawed is that doesn't mean somebody necessarily paid for it. Now, that goes with anything on eBay, but to give you an example, if we all remember the Brandon Cooks /99 situation about a year ago, that card sold for like $10,000 on eBay on an auction. Now, we all know that nobody paid $10,000 for that card. But it's just kind of an instance where, the value is flawed, and I have a hard time always having confidence in the auctions for those reasons. So let's try to see if we can find a buy it now sold price here. A lot of auctions. Okay, so this one right here, this says buy it now, sold for $60. That card sold and was paid for $60. That is a great way to value a card. If I had that card, I would say this is a $60 card very confidently. All right, let's see if we can find one that says buy it now or best offer. This one right here, had a $65 price, but somebody made a better offer, and that it was accepted. So this product did not sell for $65. Here's how we can figure that out. If you go to an item and you scroll down to the description, here we go, and you look over here to the very right. Let me make sure you can see that here. Here we go. All the way to the very right, you see this eBay number. Okay? Now, if you highlight that number, struggling. There we go. Copy that number. Come over here to watchcount.com. Okay? Watchcount.com. You paste that number in. Alright? Hit show me. It will show you exactly what that card sold for. So here you see that the price was $65. Somebody offered $50 and it was accepted. So that card actually sold for $50. In my opinion, if I'm looking to buy a card, I will see this right here. I will look this up and I will say that is a $50 card. Alright, so that kind of helps you gauge value of newer cards on eBay, or just any cards at all. Let's talk about older cards for a minute here. This won't take too much time here. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. So I think of the Walter Payton rookie. All right. So my dad swears up and down that he had a Walter Payton rookie once upon a time, and when it comes to older cards, like I said, I always recommend doing a year, doing brands like Topps or whatever, and then the name. And then if you are looking for a rookie card, type in rookie. I can't remember off the top of my head what year Walter Payton was a rookie. I know the big one is Topps rookie. And again, when you type that in, the first things it's going to show you are only what's available. Okay? Here's one right here. It says very good condition, 149. This is a reprint, 250. Be careful. Never buy yourself a reprint. Don't do that. All right? Shoot for the actual cards. And we're going to help you a little bit more here in a second. Okay, so we see these. This one's 249, not graded. This one was 149, not graded. Here's what I will tell you that, and again, I'm not an expert on vintage, but here's what I seem to be finding when I look at vintage or older cards. First thing, the most important thing you need to look at is condition. Okay, look at condition. Because the truth is, and we're going to go ahead and go to sold listings here for these Walter Payton rookies. The truth is that condition is what's going to change the range of this card value. All right, so let's go ahead and look at, let's go ahead and look at ended recently. All right, so here's a 4. This is a 4. It's sold for less than $110. I'm not going to look it up, but it is graded, and it is graded at a 4. Less than $100. All right, let's see if we can find one. Okay, this one is at 8.5. Same card, just better condition. This one sold for $600 at an 8.5. Condition matters tremendously. This one right here sold for $45, not graded. This one that was graded 4 or less was sold for less than 100. All right. So condition matters so much, okay? Condition, then the year. The older it is, the better it is. And then, the player obviously matters as well, but I definitely urge you to look at condition. Be very careful when you're talking vintage cards. Definitely check eBay, definitely check sold items to help you gauge it so you can get the right card for the right price. Guys, I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and be ready for another tip coming pretty soon. Make sure you go vote on our Who Broke It Better videos. Let us know who's doing the best, who has the best boxes. Thanks.